YouTube. I hope everyone's having a great week so far. It's been a while since I've been live, and got a lot of updates to provide for you. So, if you're new to the channel, Soundscapes and Dreamscapes is the name of my channel. If you're someone who really loves nature's landscapes as well as the sounds of nature, this is the perfect channel for you. I capture waterfalls, river lakes and streams, animals, mountain sides, views, and all kinds of things that I see on a trail. I recently moved to the Pacific Northwest last Thanksgiving, so a lot of good hikes here, similar to the hikes that I had in Colorado. So this is a little bit about me. If you're new to the channel, so I'm Byron. Name of my channel is Soundscapes and Dreamscapes. I've been on YouTube about a year. I started last year, middle of May, and I wanted to share a lot of my travels that I've had to an audience that would possibly like it. I believe that I've created a lot of good moments over the last 40 plus years of my life, and I wanted to share it with the world. So, my favorite part of nature is chasing waterfalls. If you ever, when you come across this video, let me know what your favorite part of nature is. With me, a good waterfall with a backdrop of a mountainside or some blue clouds is very breathtaking. Also, it's good for your mental health. I mean, being able to just sit by a waterfall and just relax is, to me, one of the best moments that I've had in my life, which is probably why I have so many waterfalls on my channel. So I've been looking, being that I'm a small channel, I believe I have about 3,800 subscribers so far. I'm someone who's still getting the hang of everything on YouTube. I've been looking at a lot of people online and seeing what they're saying about YouTube channels. So I had a couple other YouTube channels. So what I did was I wanted to make sure that I'm providing the best content to an audience here. Hi, Lan. Thanks for joining my live. So I want to make sure that I'm bringing the best moments here. So usually what I do, being I'm in the Pacific Northwest, I normally hike a couple days out of the week, mostly on the weekends. And on those hikes, again, I'm looking for waterfalls. That's probably my primary target on any trail that I've been on. Hi to everyone that's on the live. And like I said, if you're just joining the live, I'm just giving you some background about myself. So again, Soundscapes and Dreamscapes is my channel. If you're someone who loves nature's landscapes and the sounds of nature, this is a great channel for you. I capture mostly waterfalls throughout the United States when I get a chance to travel. Being in the Pacific Northwest, there's a lot of waterfalls and places to hike here. So I've been hiking pretty much 2 to 3 times a week. Mostly waterfalls on my channel, but I also have rivers, lakes, and streams and other good content on the channel. So as far as improvements that I'm making on the channel, I did remove about 300 to 400 videos because I wanted to actually go and see if I can make those videos a little better quality wise. So I've been using CapCut and using ChatGPT to get more insights on my titles for my videos. I did remove all of my shorts as well, just to make sure that I'm capturing long form audiences. So someone asked, how's the weather where I'm at? Pretty much in the 70s where I'm at right now in the Pacific Northwest. Great day out. I hope this weather stays the same. That way, when I go hiking this weekend, I'll be able to have some great weather as I capture more content. So, my second channel is Soundscapes and Dreamscapes, and number 2 on the end. That one, I just have shorts on there. I moved all of my shorts from this channel to that channel. And on this channel, it's going to be mostly just long form content that I capture along the trails that I've previously hiked, as well as the trails that I will be hitting every week here. So be patient with me. I am in the process of uploading the 300 to 400 extra videos that I've actually did some editing with, just to get them on my channel. Currently, I have about 400 videos on this channel. Again, mostly waterfalls. I moved to Washington State in around Thanksgiving last year. I've chased about 25 waterfalls so far. I've pretty much captured them all and I've uploaded them all to YouTube. I am again. I will be looking at ways to just keep getting better at it. Being that I'm a small YouTuber, I've only been on YouTube for about a year, so I'm trying to get trying to learn as much as I can. That way, I'm sharing my good experiences with the world and audiences who love nature. I'm going to continue to have fun, chase waterfalls, and do the best that I can to put a smile on someone's face. Or if you need to just relax, playing a video of mine may give you that chance to relax, or it may help you sleep, or it may give you the ability just to take your mind off of what you got going on. So that's the purpose of this channel here, Soundscapes and Dreamscapes. I want to just provide my love of nature to any audience that I feel would enjoy it, and it's going to be something that's going to, I think it's going to be a game changer once I figure this thing out on YouTube. I am a geek, so it's a matter of time before I figure out how to get everything situated on YouTube so I can provide the best content. But I have a lot of great content that I have already posted, and a lot of great more content to capture, and plus the videos I'm editing right now. So again, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed so far, definitely subscribe. I have thousands of videos that I've captured so far, and I'm in the process of uploading another 300 to 400 over the next 2 days on YouTube. So probably by the end of this week or going into next week, I'll probably have about 1,000 to 1,100 videos on this channel here. So I'm definitely excited about the future. If you're joining my live, in the chat, drop and let me know where you're at, where you're currently at, what part of nature that you enjoy, what do you like doing outside of work? Because for me, being a being an Army veteran, it's very important to me to have a good work-life balance. Being able to do things that can get your mind off of work, especially on the weekends. It's just, to me, nature gives me that time to reset and just enjoy what nature has. A lot of times when I'm on a trail, between seeing animals and seeing mountainsides, seeing rivers, lakes, and streams, seeing nice wildflowers, there's so many good things that you can see on a trail that, to me, makes life worth living. It makes you really appreciate nature and what it can bring to your life. Nature to me has been a good avenue for mental health. I've served in the military for 8 years. Been to combat 3 times. I seen a lot of things during my tenure in the Army, and a lot of great tools and things that I've learned, I've always kept with me as a civilian now. But when it comes down to nature, nature to me is, that can be your second chance at life. If you're someone who really admires nature, the beauty of it, seeing things that you may not see regularly. Like when I got to Washington State, I visited here before, but nearly every trail you go on is green. You're going to see moss. You're going to see a lot of great decor there. A lot of the waters are crystal clear, or they may have a hue of blue or a hue of green. A lot of great alpine lakes here and waterfalls. A couple weeks ago, I went down to Southern Oregon and went to Lewis Falls, went to Panther Creek Falls, Lucille Falls, and Sunset Falls. And I was so close to Oregon, and when I got back here and noticed that it was about 20 waterfalls across the river, kind of got upset about not just taking that advantage of just going over to Oregon. So I'm looking to go to Oregon probably within the next couple of weeks just to do I think the 10 Fall Trails, Silver Falls Park, and probably a few other places there. But the waterfalls I've seen are literally all within a couple miles of each other and along the same strip. So when I go hiking outside of where I live, I like to get a hotel and stay for a couple nights or at least one night. That way I can knock some hikes out on the way there, and then the next day finish up the hikes that I missed from the prior day. So everyone that's joined the live today, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for taking the time to view my channel. Again, Soundscapes and Dreamscapes is my primary channel here. Mostly will be waterfalls, mountain views, and other aspects of nature that you may like. Now, on this channel here, I do have a lot of other content that I'm probably going to poll individuals to see if that's something that you want to see. Um, when I was in Colorado for a couple of years prior to moving here, almost on every hike that I went on, I saw moose or all different types of wildlife there. So what I may do, being that my channel is also Dreamscapes, so I may actually upload some of the wildlife videos that I captured a couple years ago when I was hiking in Colorado there. So again, everyone, it's so good to be live and being able to share a lot of my experiences that I've had on hikes with the audience here. And just know the best is yet to come. But if you haven't checked out any of the videos, again, I got about 400 videos on my YouTube channel right now, and I probably have a total of about 1,200 that I'm still looking at uploading to YouTube. So if you're a nature lover, you love waterfalls, mountain views, alpine lakes, and different other aspects of nature, this is the right channel for you. Definitely comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell anyone who loves nature that, hey, here's a channel that I think you'll like. If you need a channel that can help you sleep, or need to take your mind off of work, or just a channel that can give you the ability to relax, this is a great channel for you. I have a lot of waterfall compilations on my channel, mostly ranging between 2 and 6 hours. So if you're someone who just want to either listen to waterfalls flow in the background, or if you actually want to see those waterfalls, I have probably about 30 to 40 waterfall compilation videos on the channel. So definitely check those out. I'm thinking about this afternoon actually building another compilation waterfall video, and adding in the newer waterfalls I captured 2 weekends ago, which was Sunset Falls, Lucille Falls, Panther Creek Falls, and Lewis Creek Falls. So stay tuned for that there. If you're someone who loves waterfalls, in the comments, let me know what do you like more. What's your favorite part of nature? Do you like mountain views? Do you like alpine lakes? Do you like waterfalls, rivers? Do you like the nature sounds? Do you like seeing a great backdrop of a mountain view, blue clouds, blue skies? Let me know what your favorite part of nature is, and maybe we got the same. Maybe we got the same likes regarding nature. So here in Washington State, I'm not too far from the airport. So if you hear the plane in the background, you're that's pretty much what you're hearing in the background. A lot of business there. I'm on the rooftop of my apartment right now. Just wanted to come out and just hang out on the rooftop today, but also let everyone know that I'm okay. Let everyone know that I ain't forgot about anyone that's subscribed so far. So I believe I have about 3,800 subscribers. I appreciate everyone who took the time to subscribe to this channel. It really means a lot to me. It lets me know that I'm doing something that's worthwhile, but also doing something that also may be helping an audience that may need it. I'm someone who just really loves every part of nature, especially waterfalls. I can sit back and just watch the water just flow, and it's just a very calming and relaxed tone that it sets. And just seeing the water flows. Sometimes it's infinite. You know, the water flows and keep going. Sometimes you have a lot of waterfalls come from the lake. A lot of waterfalls may come from a river. It's funny how waterfalls come about, but it's something that to me is probably the most relaxed, probably the best relaxation I think anyone can have in their life, because you got that ability just admire something special. You know, it's almost like the waters the waters just speak to you. It has that calming effect. It has you. It makes me feel as though there's nothing else that exists in the world. I'm just sitting back watching the waterfall, and my mind is clear. If I had anything that was on my mind that was upsetting me, or anything that's having me, it's caused me to have a bad day, just sitting by a waterfall and just admiring what you're seeing is just my inspiration for this channel, which is why I named the channel Soundscapes and Dreamscapes, because to me, nature's sound is just very unique. Depending on where you're at in the U.S. or even overseas, it may be different. Here in Washington, there's a lot of forests here, a lot of great decor. You'll see a lot of green here on the trails, a lot of alpine lakes, a lot of waterfalls. It's just a lot of great things that you may not get to see in other states. Prior to here, I was in Colorado, and Colorado had a lot of great, unique places to hike as well, outside of your Rocky Mountain National Parks and your Roosevelt National Forest. There was other places like Brainard Rec Area and Hezzy Trailhead, the Elizabeth, I mean not Elizabeth, but the Indian Peaks Wilderness was had a lot of great hikes in Colorado. Here, I've pretty much hiked mostly northeast of Seattle so far. I've been to Olympic National Parks before, but I want to go back just to capture some more hikes that I missed. I want to go to Soul Duck Falls. I want to go to the Hoa Forest. I want to go to Ruby Beach, and it's about another 7 to 10 waterfalls along that Olympic Peninsula that I would like to capture while I'm there. So who knows if I was going to go last weekend, but a lot of the waterfalls I wanted to visit, some hikers said that the flows wasn't great. They was pretty much dried up, and a lot of people was upset. They drove about 2 hours, and they actually the waterfall they was hoping to see was just trickles. So that kind of upset a lot of people. So with me, I live by what the Google reviews have for a hike that I want to go on, as well as all trails. So if you're someone who enjoys hiking, definitely download All Trails. It's not a sponsored video or anything from All Trails. Um, they had a discount for the plus version, but now I believe they came out with a peak version, or it's another version that just came out that gives you additional things that the plus version doesn't offer. So if you want to see how the weather is or how someone else hike was, definitely check it out. That's a good, to me, that's some good insight to a place that you want to go hike. If someone just hiked it today or yesterday, that can let you know how the weather is, the conditions, whether it's snow, rain, if they ran into any wildlife. Like, I think it's a great idea to use Google reviews or all trails just to see how those trails are. Another thing that I do is, being I'm a waterfall lover, any place where I'm visiting or any place where I live, I always will go to Google Maps and Google the waterfalls, and I'll plot it on my Google Maps. So that way, when I'm going hiking to an area, it'll pop on my Google Maps, and even if I don't have any reception, because I have it saved as a start place or a place I want to visit, it gives you the ability to still be able to get to those waterfalls when you're hiking with no reception. So if you're someone that actually enjoys hiking, or just know that when you go hiking that you may not have good reception, add that add add the trail and whatever nuances that that trail has. Just start it on your Google Maps, and even if you run out of even if you don't have any reception, when you go hiking on that trail, if you pull up Google Maps, you can still see it. You have a blue glowing ball on Google Maps, which I have your location. And if you have something plotted, you can walk. It lets you know what direction you're walking in, and you can just head in that direction, and you get to that destination. That's just something that I've done a few years ago. No one brought it up to me, but with me, I'm someone who want to know where every waterfall in the world is, especially where I'm hoping to go or where I'm located. If I know exactly that a waterfall is located in this area, I'm gonna try to go to an area that has multiple waterfalls. That way, I can get several knocked out while I'm there. So usually, the minimum for me is about 3 to 4. If I'm going to an area, if there's three, if there are three, at least 3 or 4 waterfalls, that'll determine if I go on that hike or not. That way, I can get the best of both worlds. I can get the trails. Most of those places got nice alpine lakes there in the process, and a lot of the flowers may be blooming as well. So you may see some nuances. Where I saw some crazy looking mushrooms when I went to West Falls Trailhead a few weeks ago. Got a chance to see. I believe that trailhead has about 5 or 6 waterfalls. You also got Trout Lake, uh, and a few other lakes and waterfalls there. So at some point, I will go back. Any place I've hiked so far here in Washington, I don't want to do any repeats yet. I want to be able to knock out as many as I can within 30 to 40 miles. Well, probably within 60 to 80 miles from me. That way, once I've knocked them all out, I know exactly what's in the area. So if I want to just go somewhere and chill, because I already know what's in the area, I can just now start pinpointing, okay, I'm going to go in this direction because I like how this waterfall looks and just the decorum there. So, being someone that loves nature, I'll say this grab nature by the horns. Make sure that nature's gonna treat you right, regardless of whatever you got going on. Just know that nature's that nature is that friend that will calm you down at at any at any notice. It's something that I'm very grateful was created. Nature is just a haven for anything that you ever want. You know, and nature's got me through a lot of good things and a lot of tough times. Like it's been times in which I had so much stuff going on in my personal life, and being able to go out on a hike and then just be amazed by a waterfall that wasn't supposed to be on trail but was on the trail, and sit back and just in amazement and just have those moments, or hiking up on top of a mountainside and just admiring the valley below. I did that a lot when I go to Zion, which is one of my favorite national parks that I've visited so far. So, if you are a hiking lover as well, and you're on the live or you watch this live later, drop some of your favorite hikes down. Um, if you visit any national parks, list all the national parks that you've gone to so far. And I will never ask you to do something that I wouldn't do. So, national parks that I've visited so far, from South Carolina. So, I've gone to Congaree National Park. I've gone to Rocky Mountain National Park, Grand Tetons, Yellowstone, Glacier, Badlands. I've been to Yosemite. I've been to Olympic National Park. And I believe I'm probably missing a few more national parks that I've visited. I'm about where I'm at right now. I'm about 80 miles from Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier has been on my list for a while, so I'm hoping to get to Mount Rainier. I want to wait until the snowfall gets better, but a lot of the locals and even my coworkers said that Mount Rainier will always have snow there, but most people go to Mount Rainier around July to September. So I'm gonna try to get to Mount Rainier. I've passed it on several occasions. I've been to a lot of national forests as well. Mount Baker Forest here, Indian Peaks Wilderness in Colorado, Roosevelt Forest in Colorado, and I've been to so many different state forests throughout each state that I've gone to. My favorite national park right now is Glacier. Zion National Park was my favorite for years, but I want to say about 7 years ago, because it's seven, probably about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I went on a 2 week hiking tour across several different states. My initial goal was to fly into Salt Lake City. I was gonna go to Zion National Park, Capitol Reef, um, the other national park that's nearby there. Then I was gonna go to Yellowstone, and then I was going to go to Mount Rushmore. That's going to be my initial lineup. But I started seeing a lot of great things about other national parks, so I ended up scrapping the plan. I still flew into Salt Lake City, but I went to Zion for a couple of days, and after Zion, I drove to the North Rim of Grand Canyon National Park. Did a day trip there. Been there, I've already gone to Bryce Canyon and the Arches. I decided not to go back to those two locations. I drove back to Salt Lake City, and I drove north up to Grand Tetons. I was at Grand Tetons National Park for 2 days. And then if you go through the back south gate, you can get to Yellowstone. So I did a Yellowstone day trip. And then I drove back to Salt Lake City. I flew to Cozumel and in Montana. Then I went to Glacier National Park for 2 days, and then at the Glacier, I flew to South Dakota and went to Mount Rushmore. They have a great presentation. If you go there near the end of the day, they have a PowerPoint presentation that they put together. Not PowerPoint, but a presentation they put together in the amphitheater there, and it gives you the breakdown of how Mount Rushmore was made, and everything about Mount Rushmore. And what I like the most about it is at the end of that presentation, they honor all the veterans. So if anyone's ever served in the military, they'll ask you to come down, and we'll hold a flag, and you get a round of applause from everyone that's in the amphitheater. I felt very honored to get appreciated for my service. Is always a good any opportunity that I get to share any of my stories or anything I had that I've seen in the military. I do try to share that as much as and as often as I can. After Mount Rushmore, I drove to Badlands National Park, and then I ended up flying back to Colorado. But that was my that was like one of the best trips I ever gone on, and what I liked the most about the trip. So I've been to Zion more than any other national park. So when I went to Zion, I went to my usuals. I went to Angel's Landing. I went to the Pirates Trail, which is one of my favorites. Watchman Trail is probably my favorite viewpoint at Zion. That I think I did a couple more hikes there. When I went, they didn't have all the trails wasn't open due to safety concerns about I think it was a rock incident that caused a few trails to get closed there. So I did do the hikes I used to do at Zion. Then after Zion, I went to the North Rim. So I will tell you this funny story. If you're someone who's afraid of heights, the closer you get to the Grand Canyon at the North Rim, the fact that I'm driving, my peripheral vision just sees a huge hole between one side of just seeing a giant hole between what you're seeing was made me kind of nervous. And I did do I did do a few trails at the North Rim. Great views. They do have a few viewpoints in which you can walk out to a catwalk and take pictures there. Um, very scenic, breathtaking. Funny story is a few years ago, I had when I was changing my itinerary for this 2 week trip, I got to the stop sign, and a couple years before that, if I made a left, it was going to Bryce Canyon. If I made a right, it was going to the North Rim. I went to Bryce Canyon prior to that because I was like, well, I'm gonna do the Bryce Canyon. I went to Bryce Canyon. It was raining. I got a chance to see the sunset and do a few other trails, like the Fairyland Trail and a few other good trails there. So I was like, this time I'm not gonna go back to Bryce. I'm gonna go to North Rim. So I'm glad I did it. North Rim was a very breathtaking place to visit. A lot of great viewpoints and etc. So, but to me, the highlight of my trip having the two places. First place was Grand Tetons. Grand Tetons shocked the heck out of me. I did not. First of all, I didn't even know that even existed. Uh, And then I didn't know that it existed. It kind of, when I went there and I went to the Taggart Trailhead, which I went to, there's about three lakes. I think I did Taggart Lake, Bradley Lake, and Lee Lake. And then I had a chance to go to the Chapel of the Sacred Souls. It has a nice lake in the back of it. Had a chance to go to. I was gonna go to the barn, but I ran out of time. I did go to Hidden Falls. Jenny Lake was probably the most crowded place there. So if you are gonna go to Grand Tetons, you might want to get there early if you're gonna go to Jenny's Lake. Jenny Lake is probably one of the most breathtaking views that you're gonna see at Grand Tetons. Another hike that I did there was Inspirational Point. Um, that hike is not too crazy. You got some elevation um, along that hike, but it's not too crazy. But they have a great viewpoint of Jenny Lake on with a backdrop of the mountains there. Then after that, I think I did a couple more. I think I did a snake overview trail, viewpoint, and then I did another trail there. But it was so much greatness there at Grand Tetons there that I almost stayed there a third day. But Yellowstone was another place that was on my list for years, and I did so much in that one day that I'm even amazed at that. I went to I went to the usuals. I saw a lot of geysers, Old Faithful trail. I went to the Old Faithful setup where there's probably about hundreds of geysers there on that trail. Then I had a chance to go to Sapphire Pool and Black Diamond Pool, geysers, Grand Prismatic Pool. Um, I did the other Elixir geysers right beside it. It's a nice baby blue geyser there. It's also beautiful, beautiful. I did there's a couple waterfalls there as well. One thing I regret was not taking the ferry. It was I don't know if it's a Fairyland trail, but it's a trail in which if you hike up a vantage point, you can look down at the Grand Prismatic Spring. Um, so if I go back, I'm definitely gonna go back and do that. What sucked was it started raining on the back end of the day, so I didn't get a chance to. I got to the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, but it was already drizzling, so I didn't get a chance to get a good viewpoint of it. Um, I also didn't know that you could have hiked down to get to the better vantage points close to the falls. So I added that to my itinerary that day, and I did a couple other hikes while I was there. But the star of the show, the 2 week hiking trip, was definitely Glacier National Park, which is now my favorite. It went from Zion being my favorite for years. Then I went to Grand Tetons. That became my favorite. And then when I went to Glacier right after Grand Tetons, that now became my favorite. One of the most scenic places there is the Going to the Sun Road. I It gives me the vibes of Trail Ridge Road at Rocky National Park. A lot of great views. Again, if you're someone who's afraid of heights, you'll be tested on that road. I got to the park just before 5 because most of the national parks require a reservation. So if you don't have a reservation, and there's only two ways you can get in a park without the reservation is to get there before 6. Some national parks just now before 5, or after 4 p.m. And by that time, those crowds and traffic is probably way down the road. So going to Sun Road was start of the show. When I was driving it, it was pretty much break of dawn, so it was still kind of dark. So I got to the St. Mary Falls trailheads just before sunset. A lot of great places to visit on that hike. I started out at I hiked Barron Falls, Sunset Point. Sunset Point was so beautiful. You get a viewpoint of St. Mary's Lake, which is like a almost like a baby bluish or blue greenish lake. A lot of great vantage points there, and a lot of great. What I like about Glacier National Park is the color, the hues. It's so many great different colors and views that you can get there. A lot of glacier lakes there. Something that you would really enjoy. At the Barron Falls and Sunset Point, I headed along towards St. Mary's Falls. Probably one of the most scenic places there, and also can be very crowded. So if you're gonna go, try to get there very early in the morning. There's a lot of places to park at that trailhead, and it's all these is at St. Mary's trailhead. So you don't have to park at another location to get to Barron Falls, Sunset Point, Virginia Falls. All that is right at that trailhead. So went down there, and beautiful viewpoint. It's a bridge there. Some people will get off the trail and chill under the bridge on some rocks, or if you cross the bridge and go around the other side where the main waterfall is, you can actually there's other vantage points as well there. And then you have those people, you know who they are, that they like to jump. Apparently, a lot of people jump from the bridge into St. Mary's Falls. I witnessed about 4 people doing it. One gentleman did it 3 times. It's probably about I'd say probably a 20 to 30 foot drop from the bridge. If you jump from the bridge, or some people may get to the side of the bridge and jump. But a lot of people have died taking that plunge. So if you're a nature lover, uh, be mindful of that. Not only at a place like St. Mary's Falls, but any place you like to hike. Um, One rule of thumb that I always have in my life is if you have to think about it, don't do it. So just keep that in mind. If you're coming across this video, if you don't take anything else from it, which I hope you do, because nature is a beautiful thing. But if you have to think about any action that you're thinking about doing, don't do it. So I chilled at St. Mary's Fall for probably about 15-20 minutes, took a lot of pictures, took a few videos, and then I proceeded up to Virginia Falls. Virginia Falls is a very beautiful waterfall. It comes from the mountainside. It's almost like the mountain. You can look up to the mountains, and the water is just coming down from the mountainside. It's almost, if I were to give you a visual, it would almost be like if you're standing underneath your shower head and the water just coming down. A waterfall that looks similar to Virginia Falls here in Washington is Franklin Falls, which I visited as well a few weeks ago. But Virginia Falls is a great viewpoint. Got a lot of along that hike to get there, a lot of clay on the trail. So if you're someone, make sure you got some great hiking shoes or boots that has traction, because you may slip getting there. My apologies for that. Not sure why I'm yawning. But after that, I went to Logan Pass and went to Hidden Lake. And Hidden Lake was also a beautiful trail. Had a lot of wildflowers there. It was a few rain showers that took place while I was there. Not too heavy, but it did rain a little bit there. So after Logan Pass and going to Hidden Lake, I I was like, well, let me add one more. I'm gonna add one more trail. So I went to the Trail of the Cedars, and I really went there to go to the that lake name is escaping my mind right now, but my goal was to go to that lake. That's probably the lake that a lot of people. That's like the swimming hole at Glacier, um, on that lake, and I went to Trail of the Cedars. Still had some showers at that time, but I was like, I'm gonna keep hiking, and then all out of nowhere, the skies opened up, and it was a pour. It was raining so hard to the point you couldn't even see in front of you, and that trailhead became very, very muddy. I had some Sony headphones, like some good, like $400 Sony headphones, and they got destroyed to the point that it took almost a year for those headphones to dry. So I ended up heading back to my car, and that was pretty much it. Cause I did I did capture some videos on the way down from Logan Pass and Trail of the Cedars. Just to have some more pictures of the going to the Sun Road, coming down. A lot of great viewpoints, backdrops with the mountains in the background, sweeping or weeping rock or weeping something is a was a good viewpoint there as well, in which you can see different vantage points to mountains, and then there was a waterfall that was pouring into the canyon area. So it was a lot of good things I saw at Glacier. And then after Glacier, I went to Mount Rushmore, as I stated. Badlands was a hidden surprise. I went there because it wasn't too far away. My biggest regret was not going to Custer State Park. Custer State Park is literally on the same road as Mount Rushmore, but I was running out of days. At that point, I only had one more day left, which was the next day to go out and do anything. So I used that day to go to Badlands. Great. That was a great choice. I saw the Door Trail, the Door, the Notch, and a few other scenic drives at Badlands. Um, Definitely a place I would like to go back and capture the hikes that I miss. Excuse the airplanes in the background, because again, being close to the airport, you hear I hear airplanes 24/7. Even at work, the airplanes fly over our building a lot. So sorry about that. But yeah, Badlands definitely a place I would like to go back and visit as well. So what I want to do with life now is I don't want to overdo places that I go visit, because I could have spent I could have made that 2 week hiking trip way better. I could have spaced things out better. I could have spent extra days at locations, and I didn't. Like I was at Zion for 2 days. I made Yellowstone and North Rim day trips. I was at Grand Teton 2 days. I was at Glacier for 2 days. Um, Badlands and Mount Rushmore were day trips. So when I go back to some of those places, I'm gonna go for probably a few days. That way I can actually have fun, take my time, and really enjoy those places. Because Hidden Falls at Grand Tetons is a great waterfall. But when I went, it was very crowded. A lot of kids, a lot of families were there, so you really couldn't get a good shot of Hidden Falls. But I did see someone post on IG a few weeks ago. He pretty much had Hidden Falls to himself. He had some great viewpoints, great shots, great videos that he was able to take. So I think I'm going to Wyoming actually in a couple weeks. I'm gonna try to sneak off and get to Grand Tetons while I'm in the area. If it's not too far where I'm gonna be at on business, I may go see what I can get there. But again, everyone, that's life. I'm happy. Feeling better. Losing weight still. Probably gonna get back to. Probably gonna start in addition to hiking that I already do. Probably gonna supplement more exercise throughout the week. That way, I'm offsetting my hikes on the weekends. So I pretty much was game planning how I'm going to do this. So more than likely, what I'm going to do is I'm more than likely going to probably work out on probably Tuesdays and Thursdays during the week, and then hike on Saturdays and Sundays, and I'll just take off a few days. My other option was possibly doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, hike on Saturdays and Sundays, and I'll have Monday and Fridays to rest. I'm actually gonna start that next week. Got a lot of weight that I still want to lose, and nothing to it but to do it. As I was leaving, I grabbed me some dinner when I got off work today, and I was sitting there just thinking where I want to be at physically in the next few weeks, next few months. And normally with me, if idea circulates in my mind, and you gotta put that idea into action. So with me, I just said as I was driving that it's about that time. And nothing to it but to do it. And once I put my mind to it, it's gonna happen. So wish me the best. Wish me some success on my fitness journey. I want to get back to my military weight. Probably not that skinny as I was. I think I was around 150, 155 in the Army. But I was in peak shape at that time, muscular and everything else. So I think a happy medium for me would be around 175, 180. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. So wish me the best on that there. But other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this live. I hope that if you didn't catch me live, I hope on the replay you check it out. I'm very happy and grateful to be alive and well. I'm happy to be able to share a lot of these good moments with you all, and I want to take you along every journey that I have. So what I will say, just in the future, everyone, just stay tuned for more videos. Actually, once I leave this rooftop and go to my apartment, I'm gonna go do some more editing. Pops are gonna go and do some. I may put a compilation video together tonight. I'm shooting for maybe 8 to 10 hours. That way, if someone wants to play that compilation while they're sleeping, if it's a day in which you're tired and you need something for 8 to 10 hours, I see a lot of people on YouTube doing videos between 8 and 12 and millions of hits. So I created a 12-hour video a couple weeks ago, but because that video was 12 hours and 4 minutes, YouTube said it was too long. YouTube won't let you upload a video that's over 12 hours. I tried to edit it with some software on my computer, and it wouldn't. I tried to just take off those 4 minutes, but it wouldn't play ball. So I don't want to have to I don't want to have to go and re-download it from CapCut because it took about 12 plus hours for that to get finished. So worst case scenario, being that I got the original file on CapCut, I may just bite the bullets and add to the video, and then take out some waterfalls and probably have that video right at 11 hours and 55 minutes or 11 hours. Yeah, probably 11 hours 55 minutes. That way it's a 5 minute gap, a 5 minute grace period between that there to ensure it. So if you think that me making a 12-hour video would be a good idea, drop a like in the chat, a thumbs up, a smile, something like that, and I'll see where it goes. I'll more than likely I got CapCut on a couple of my devices, but normally when you have CapCut running in the background, sometimes it takes up a lot of bandwidth. And I got two Apple, well, I got a lot of Apple devices, but sometimes it takes up a lot of bandwidth. I'm team Android on the phone, but I got Apple everything else. So we'll see how that goes on that end. Seems like someone is playing something in the background. I don't know if they're beating a drum or playing a soundtrack or what, but sounds pretty smooth. But again, everyone, thank you for catching my live today. I'm gonna get better at this. Usually, I want to say last year I was pretty much going live at least once or twice a week, and I got a lot of subscribers doing so. To me, it's not about the subscribers. It's really about me just sharing life with the world. Sharing nature, giving you that ability to enjoy the content that I'm capturing, whether it's waterfalls or just mountain views and etc. So I have about 1,200 videos total that I've captured over the last few years. I got about 400 on this channel right now, so I am doing some more editing. So I will be uploading some more to the channel right after this live. But I at least want to show my appreciation to everyone who's subscribed so far, anyone who left a comment, anyone who's liked my content. Everything you do means the world to me. So it lets me know that I'm doing something encouraging to people, and it's something that I believe is making a difference. And I hope that my content touches the world and reaches the places that I haven't been able to reach yet. So this the best thing I can tell you right now, just be happy in anything that you got going on, anything that you have that you wish to accomplish in your life. You can do it. Don't give up on any dream that you have. Sometimes if you have a thought that comes to mind what you want to do, it's never a bad idea to write it down. Start game planning it, and then as you are completing tasks, check those boxes. Small wins are still wins. When you accomplish something that you set out to do along that whole journey or that path, you gotta appreciate those successes. Some may be smaller than others, but success is success, no matter how you slice it. So keep me up in prayer. I'll keep you all up in prayer. I'm going to do my best to continue to, again, try to make a difference in this world, one waterfall at a time. Again, my channel name is Soundscapes and Dreamscapes. If you're a nature lover that enjoys the sound waves of nature, nature's views, I have everything on this channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings to you all. I'm signing off. But stay tuned for more content from my channel. Take care.